UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Strickland just took place on the weekend. And in the main event, it was a very controversial decision, 49-46 split decision for Jared Cannonier to beat Sean Strickland in the final fight of 2022. Now, a lot of people are really mad about this decision, calling it a robbery. Me personally, I don't think it was a robbery, bro. Okay? I don't think it was a robbery. A close fight is not a robbery. A lot of people are posting that on IG comments and shit, and that's true. I agree with that. However, I think it does show a problem. There is a problem with the UFC's judging, and it's not just this fight. We saw it last week with the Paddy fight. You know what I'm saying, man? We've seen it a lot recently this year, I feel like. But it's always been a problem. And I just want to show some of these significant strikes. So apparently all of Jared Cannonier's strikes was significant. And most of Sean Strickland's was significant. We'll get to these stats in a moment when I talk about how the UFC can fix the judging. Come back to me. Stay with me through this video. I'll tell you how to fix this shit. Alright, but all I want to show you first off is Khabib reacting to Sean O'Malley's decision win over UFC 280 against Peter Yan, which was another one that people considered a robbery. And also brought up a discussion about the judging in the UFC. Now, I know the UFC doesn't employ these judges. These are assigned by the commission. However, I just want you to see Khabib's reaction to this fight, because I feel like this has been a lot of our reactions to a lot of fights recently. The Paddy Pimblett fight, the Cannonier fight, the this fight against Sean O'Malley, Peter Yan. Even though I think Sean O'Malley won this one, I think the judging inconsistency is really what people are worried about with these recent fights. And you can even go back to Jon Jones, Dominick Reyes, but look, I digress. Shout out to Khabib wearing the rock shoe. W. I feel like a lot of people at the time had this fight unanimously for Peter Yan. So when you hear these decisions, you almost expect the UFC guys to win. And I think the problem is, a lot of the time it's the star of the UFC that is on the winning end of the decisions. You really don't see them get robbed by these decisions. Have you noticed that? Like, have you noticed that Adesanya has never been on the wrong side of like a decision where you go, oh well, you should have finished them, you should have won it. You know what I mean? It's always the star that's on the winning side. Sean O'Malley, Adesanya against Romero, against fucking Whittaker, Kamaru Usman against Colby Covington. You know what I'm saying? All these ones. And I feel like this reaction, he's not mad at the split. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, O'Malley's about to win this. You know what I mean? We all know what's up, bro. Okay, so let me continue. The whole room is like, no, come on. Khabib knows Sean O'Malley's about to win, by the way. You can clearly tell he knows Sean O'Malley's about to win. This is the guy that punched Conor McGregor, by the way. Fucking rat. Anyways, I think this just comes back to how bad the judging is. Watch. Someone in the room said bullshit. Dude, we all know that these judges are fucking bullshit, bro. That's the thing. It's just like, you're not even surprised anymore. You're not even mad. You're just like, wow. They just did that, bro. Like, you're just like, wow, they just did that, bro. I feel like that's how bad the judges are. And you saw it in the Paddy the Baddy video. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. Where Dana White is just like, oh, don't leave it in the hands of judges. Easy peasy. Don't leave it in the hands of judges. I don't know what they're going to do. 20 years, I have no idea what they're going to do. Why are they here if they don't know what they're doing and you don't know if they know what they're doing? Okay, this one is more understandable because Sean O'Malley, I personally think he won the fight on damage. If damage is your main criteria, which we'll get into, then Sean O'Malley won the fight. But this is what has to be clear. What is the key statistic that's judging these fights? Because if it's damage, then we go to this fight. We go to Sean Strickland, Jared Cannonier. Is it damage? Look at Sean Strickland's face. So this is not Jared Cannonier, by the way. This is Sean Strickland. FBI. This is him. This is him, guys. This is him. Get him. Anyways, look, Jared Cannonier left the fight with a couple black eyes. I think a swollen lip maybe, and some bruising on the face. But it's a bit harder to see compared to Sean Strickland. But he doesn't really have any marks. You know what I'm saying? And throughout the fight, I feel like Sean Strickland landed more damaging shots. You know, the leg kicks were very impactful, but the boxing of Sean Strickland, I feel like, was pretty good. Definitely, I don't know if it's more we're like surprised that he didn't get knocked out in one round by a left hook, or he actually like did go. I don't fucking know. But the point is, it's like if it's damage, like really, Like, this is what it looks like when you lose 49-46 on damage when the numbers are how close? This close? So he outlanded? You know what I'm saying? So is it damage? Is it statistics? If, in this case, if it's damage, where's the damage? You know what I'm saying? Where's the shots that Sean Strickland was so affected by? Because I didn't really see them in the fight, and I feel like a lot of people didn't see it. So I feel like that's where it comes from. But let's hear what Sean Strickland has to say about the judges.
You know, guys, I'm a fucking sore loser. Hats off to Jared, but again, you have judges that don't know how to fucking do their job.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I think his explanation isn't as fleshed out. I'll talk about it at the end. But even the fighters know, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're playing. This is people's careers that we're talking about here. You need to have judges that you can kind of go, regardless of the outcome. If you lose, they know you lost. If you won, you know they won. You know what I mean? And it's very hard to be objective. Sorry, when you're a fighter, when you hear a decision and you go, man, I think I won at least one of those rounds. Oh man, I think I won that. You know what I mean? I understand that, but I think Sean Strickland's not even saying like they don't. They didn't see that I won. They have no idea what they're scoring. They don't know why that I didn't win in their eyes. Like he feels like they're just being inconsistent and that he probably won, but they have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? You judges that don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they're seeing as well, and that comes in later in the scorecard.
Actually, look at the scorecards. You look at the significant strikes. You look at how
Yep,
many times I wobbled him.
that's the big thing. How many times he wobbled him? So if we're talking about damage as the correct, because that's what people are saying, right? It's damage that wins these fights. That's what won Sean O'Malley that close fight over Peter Yan. Um, somehow Paddy Pimblett beat Jared Gordon. I don't think that's true. But look, you understand, right? A lot of these fights, it's damage. You know, Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman. Arguably, Colby won 3 rounds, but he got dropped twice, round two. So you can kind of go, yeah, yeah, Usman won the fight overall. Even though, I don't know, the momentum, the last 3 rounds, if we're going round by round, me personally, Colby won 3 rounds. Should have been a draw. But I digress. That's what I'm talking about. It's inconsistent. Is it damage? Because where's the damage? Because all the damage happened to Jared Cannonier, or is it numbers? Because all the numbers lean towards Sean Strickland. So again, what do these judges see? What are they not seeing? What is the problem here? What is wrong with this criteria that all these decisions are going wrong?
And you have people, experts in the field, come up to me and say, "Yeah, man, I don't know how you lost that one. You landed way more. The scorecard should say it." So, anyways, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. Get out.
Yeah, it's just disappointing, man, because it's so inconsistent, and we don't know what the fuck they're looking at, what they're looking for, and you can see in his face he's really defeated by this. You know what I mean? This is Sean Strickland we're talking about. This guy has a personality, has a lot of energy, and you can see he's just really, yeah, whatever, man. You know, not surprised, just disappointed. I feel like I just said, man, these judges are playing with people's careers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jared Gordon, career changed. Peter Yan, career changed. Magomed Ankalaev, career changed by these terrible fucking judges. Like and again and again and again, it just gets worse because it's like it's never the stars, bro. It's never the guy. They're always somehow on the winning end of these things. The guys that they want to promote. You know what I mean? Like this never happens to Jon Jones when he has a close fight. Like this never happens. They never get it wrong when apparently when it's you know Cyril Gane or Francis Ngannou or Stipe or like they never get it wrong with these big guys, these stars. Like they never get it wrong with McGregor. They never get it wrong with Chandler, with Poirier. They never give him a bad decision. You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's like you can't help but look into this and think, what's wrong with these? Are they being paid off? Are they influenced by who the UFC wants them to win? Are they trying to placate the UFC, who basically employs them, but they're like contractors, so the UFC doesn't pay these guys. I don't think. I think these guys get brought in because of the UFC, so their job relies on UFC, and clearly some people say they want to like placate them by like giving them their stars good decisions, or maybe it's like outside forces like betting or something. It's the fact that we have no fucking idea what's going on, and these judges don't either. It's like it needs a change, okay? It needs a fucking change, okay? Um, Besides this, my picks were terrible in this card, by the way. Completely unrelated. I think I went one, two, two, three. Okay, I went 3 for 6 on the main card. Not bad. The prelims I did a bit better. I think overall I had positives, but look, I digress. Unrelated. Next video, maybe. I'm here to tell you how to fix this shit, alright? Because it's too much. 2023, we need good decisions. Okay, we've got big fights coming up, yeah? We can't be having shit like this become the normal. This cannot become the sport because this shit's gonna get attention. It's gonna become what the sport is known for. We're becoming boxing, dude. The more this shit happens, the Paddy Pimblett one was the worst because it was such a big stage. Everyone wanted to see, and it was very, very, very awkward that situation. The video of Dana White with Portnoy and shit. It looks bad, bro. We need to sort this shit out, bro. Okay. If you're rigging fights, you can't fix it. Okay. If it's rigged, then everything's gonna stay how it is, and the UFC is gonna get exactly what they want, and all their new stars are gonna get pushed. By the way, subscribe if you want to see a video. I'm gonna be doing a video soon. The top 5 people that can replace Conor McGregor when he retires. That's gonna be a good video. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But listen, bro, this is how you fix this shit. All right, two pronged. Two ways to fix it for the UFC for these judges. This judging problem. Step 1 is how the UFC can fix it. Step 2 is how the unified MMA rules and the commissions can fix this shit on a judging level. Because again, the UFC doesn't. These aren't the UFC's judges. These are commission judges. So, first thing you do is the UFC. Easiest fucking fix for this shit, right? Because they keep saying it, and it's not happening. You want to know why? Because these guys get paid fucking shit, bro. I'm not talking about just their daily, like their pay for a fight, right? $50,000 is no joke. Like you get paid 50 to show, 50 to win. That's crazy. Even 12K to show, 12K to win. There's not a lot of jobs you can do where you can make $25,000 or probably $75,000 in 15 minutes of work or less. You know what I mean? So I'm not talking about fighter pay. I'm just talking about the fact that these guys get no benefits. They have nothing outside of the UFC guaranteed, and a lot of restrictions on what they can do outside the UFC. So money does become a problem for these guys. You know what I mean? You have to pay coaches. You have to pay taxes. You have to pay mortgages. These guys have families, most of these guys. You know what I'm saying? There is more to being a fighter than being paid to show up and fight. You know what I mean? There's more expenses than a coach. You know what I'm saying? People make way more money every year and still live broke. You know what I mean? It's how the US is built mainly. You know what I mean? So here's what you do as the UFC. Instantly, if you get a finish, you get paid $50,000 extra. You're making record fucking profit. Okay? You've just had 2 years where you haven't had to sell out an arena, and you've had basically a free arena to run your shows in. Again, you're making record level profit, and you need big fights. You need big, like promotable things. $50,000 if you get a finish. If you get a finish, sorry, hands down, no questions asked. Watch the finishes roll in, okay? And second thing you need to do, you need to put the UFC back in crowds every single weekend. No more fucking Apex, okay? We don't want that shit, bro. You need to get an arena. You need to sell out the arenas because it just brings the vibes. It just brings the energy. It just brings finishes, okay? Get back in arenas with sold out crowds. So start putting together better cards, UFC, okay? No more fucking Araujo versus Grasso, okay? I remember that, yeah. You thought you could sneak that one in before UFC 280? Fuck no, alright? And $50,000 if you get a finish off rip. You can afford it. You just did it at 282. And that was a borderline, like, mid-card. Like, you need to get on this shit. You need to promote this if you don't trust these judges. If you can't fix it, if you have no say, $50,000 if you get a finish, no questions asked, every single time. Watch the finishes roll in. And if you end up paying a little bit more every year, I'm pretty sure the UFC pays like fucking 10% or less than 10% of their overall revenue to their fighters. So I don't think they're losing. This isn't an NBA thing, you know what I mean? It's not like a 50-50 split where you're like, fucking hell, you want more money. Like you're paying them like 10%. You can give them a bit more, okay? $50,000 if you get a finish. I feel like that's worth it, okay? Moving on, and the commission side. This is probably less likely to happen. But I think it is necessary. So I think if you're a commission, or you're behind the unified rules of MMA, what you need to do is you need to lay out a new, not a new rule set, a new system. I think you need to just lay out more clearly, come out with a statement, maybe an open letter or something, or retrain commissions and go, this is the hierarchy of scoring. Damage, okay, so knockdowns, wobbles, significant like submission attempts, you know what I mean? That can probably count as well. Cut, like causing a cut, you know what I mean? Causing a stumble, like all that stuff, right? That is the key. All right, damage. If you get damage in a round, you're likely to win that round. Okay. If there's no damage or both fighters drop each other, then you need to look at the statistics. Okay, because damage is usually going to be pretty clear, like who's damaging who worse, who's winning. Okay, if that's what it's about, then let's make it about that. You know what I mean? If there's no damage, aka you're in the women's division, okay, then now you need to look at statistics. Okay, if you're in the women's division or middleweight division, you need to look at statistics. Okay, um, because these statistics are fucking ridiculous. Okay, how the fuck do you give this to Cannonier 4-1 though? Like, I don't understand. I know it's round by round, but at the same time, you do have to look at the statistics, and I know the judges don't get these. I think the judges should get them. Maybe it'll go, oh shit, okay, he actually didn't land any of that. Oh man, he actually really outstruck him well in that round. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, okay, 10-9 him. You know what I mean? Maybe give them some more stuff to fucking base these fights on. I don't know why they don't give them statistics. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. But look, that's what you need to do. Okay, so a hierarchy. Damage, then statistics, then control time. Okay, control time can be like an extra caveat. Like, if statistics are pretty close, so take the Sean O'Malley Petey on fight. The statistics are kind of even. The damage is there for O'Malley. The control time's there for Petey Young. People who base it on control time can look at that hierarchy and go, no, well, it's based on damage. Petey Young got damaged more in that round. Sean O'Malley wins that round 10-9. That's an easier way to explain this stuff. And another way to do it, to retrain these guys, is you need to give clear examples of what sways around. So if you're talking about this fight, this Sean Strickland, Jared Cannonier fight, you need to come out and say, look, yeah, Sean Strickland landed more in that round, but Jared Cannonier's leg kicks wobbled him more. So we gave it to Jared Cannonier because that leg kick looked like the most impactful thing of the fight. Or Jared Cannonier was pushing forward, had the aggression, and the stats were even. So we thought he was trying to finish the fight more. We gave it to him. And this stuff doesn't just affect fighters. This is my last point. Okay, you need to make a hierarchy: damage, statistics, control time. You need to make it very clear what sways around, and not just for the fighters, not just for the fans, not just for analysts. You need to do it for coaches and for these fighters themselves. If a coach goes into a fight, I've heard a lot of coaches say this. You can look it up. Like James Krause, I'm pretty sure said it. I want to say like Saif Saud as well. Like a lot of these coaches have come out and been like, we don't know what we're looking for. We just have to kind of guess like what the judges want when we're giving them when we're game planning for a fight. If you come out with a hierarchy and you say damage over everything, coaches are going to come in and go, this causes cuts. This is going to bruise up your guy. This is going to damage his legs. This is going to hurt him. This is going to drop him. We're going to come in. We're going to look for a finish. We're going to try and find this movement. Whatever we can do to do the most damage and not worry about just hold him, just hold him, just hold him, just lay on top of him. You control him for the end of the next 2 minutes. You win the fight. Just lay on top of him for 2 minutes and you win the fight. No more of that shit. Okay? It's win-win for the UFC and for the fans and for everybody. If you make it more clear and you go, this is the triangle. Damage is at the top. Statistics, control time. Sort your shit out, UFC, alright? Sort your shit out, bro. Or don't, you know? Fuck it. Just do whatever you want, bro. Let's get Paddy Pimblett to the fucking top, bro. Paddy Pimblett will be champion 2023, boys. Let's fucking go. Check out the last video. And stay tuned for more videos, bro. I'll see you in the next one, boys.